So, to the Goiânia circuit in Brazil. 30 laps, 3.83 kilometres around, and in the middle, more or less, of nowhere, practices saw Gardner dominant by a handy quarter of a second over Randy Mamola, Tadahiko Taira, Rob McElnay, De Radagais the Kajiva, and Lawson, very disappointing, down in 6th place. Small field, virtually all factory bikes. Too expensive for the privateers to get there. And Lawson jumps away well in front of Wayne Gardner, but then Gardner, tremendously determined, surges down the inside and hits the lead before the first corner. He said to his chief mechanic, Jerry Burgess, on the grid, 1 hour of hard work and I can finish all this. So Lawson's second, Raymond Roche is third. This really is for Gardner, Catch Me If You Can, by the Wollongong Wonder.
That was the two South American races it was coming into the line where it was going to finish. And of course the first one was Brazil of the two. And I also knew that this circuit was going to be very, very important to me, because if I don't go and do it now in this race, then it's going to have to go on into Argentina. And from the reports I heard, the weather in Argentina is a bit iffy all the time with the weather. It was raining and so on. I thought if it rains, Randy's going to do me again because of the tyre problems.
So Gardner was out to break their hearts early. And he certainly started off that way. Scintillating form, brilliantly quick, nobody able to stay with him. Lawson trying to, Mamola, after an indifferent start, trying to get back into the contest. And in fact behind Yatsushiro at this stage. An unexpected position for him, but full of urgency, full of daring, trying to get back with Eddie Lawson. Not so far from him, but sandwiched between them is Yatsushiro, but unlikely to be able to stand the pressure. Very close company, and Mamola surging around the outside, and Yatsushiro squeezes him out. Second place, Lawson. Third, Yatsushiro. Fourth, Mamola. Gardner already gone. And the three of them really flying. And now down the inside. Deep, deep under brakes, daring and absolutely on the limit goes Mamola. And pulls it off up to third place on bike number 3. This is the way he did it. Prepared to take risks at this stage of the season that he mightn't have earlier on. But he really does have to try and beat Lawson, and if possible, to catch Gardner. But equally, Gardner's prepared to take a little bit more risk in this race, rather than have it all go down to the wire in the final race, because if he does that, and if he crashes in qualifying or during the race, or has a mechanical problem, then the whole championship could swing on or be lost in the final race. So all the main combatants really trying very hard, realizing just how critical this one is. Lawson, Mamola, so close for second and third. And the crowd absolutely loving it as Mamola comes up onto the tail end of the Yamaha that's being ridden by Lawson, and he dives down the inside as he did with Yatsushiro and grabs second place. You can sense the urgency in the way that he's riding and how deeply he goes under brakes. It's a quick straight too. They really are rocketing down into the braking area there as they go for the front brake with the right hand. Just a dab on the foot brake to steady down the rear wheel. Randy Mamola at this stage hanging on to second place, now behind Gardner. Gardner equally determined, being told by his Rothmans Honda pit crew just what's happening behind him. And he's squeezing every last ounce he can that he dares out of the Honda. Hooking together beautiful lap times. Glorious, flowing, quick, efficient style that he's developed this year. Really maturing as a Grand Prix rider. Powering the back end round now, sliding it, not wildly, beautifully under control. And on the other hand, loose and just letting the bike move around enough to get the optimum out of it. That's the lead, the gap between first place, bike number 2, and second place, this man on 3, being hounded and pursued by Lawson on 1. Lawson coming back down the inside and grabs Mamola back into second place. Good determined stuff too by Lawson. Pulls out quite a nice advantage too over Mamola, but the scrap far from over. Raymond Roche off wide on bike number 8, the Kajiva. Really been a very good season for Kajiva. Often both bikes qualifying along with Didi de Radigues in the top 10. Earning more points than they've ever earned before. Some people assessing them as being better than the Yamahas in some ways, at least in the midpoint of the season. All gone. Look at the way Gardner's absolutely nailing them. Disappearing into the distance. While they slow each other up just a little bit by having to cover corners and have their own scrap for second and third place, Mamola and Lawson. Seemingly both of them without an answer. Wayne Gardner, who now surely is in the position to grab a world championship. He has to be beaten to be pulled back from it from here. Won 6 races in the season, more than anybody else. He's had more pole positions than the rest of them combined. More lap records than the rest of them combined. It's been a brilliant, hard, forceful, quick and safe season for Wollongong's Wayne Gardner. Born 11th of October 1959. 27 years of age, to turn 28 shortly. Closest he's been to an Australian title, third in the 1979 Australian 350 Championship on a Yamaha. Ron Haslam, the Grand Prix veteran, with no answer to Gardner's speed and development over the last 3 years. Three times winner of our Swan Insurance International Series. Randy Mamola, Grand Prix veteran. Fastest lap to Gardner, though, at this stage. 155.5 kilometres an hour, average speed. Around a very tight, demanding racetrack. Randy Mamola, who'd won 5 Grands Prix before Wayne Gardner even started in the racing. He won 2 in 1980, 2 in 81, 1 in 1982, and then a lean year, none for Randy Mamola in 1983. The year Wayne Gardner debuted, did 2 Grands Prix, including that fearful accident with Franco Uncini in his debut Grand Prix at Assen. And a mini little windstorm there doesn't daunt Eddie Lawson or Randy Mamola chasing him at all. They can't afford to let up. So now, Wayne Gardner, who's done 58 Grand Prix, by comparison with Eddie Lawson on 73 and Mamola on 104. But it's the junior of them all that's dominating this race and this year's championship. Not far now, but still with a job to do, but not far from the championship which he's dreamt of since he went to Europe in 1981. Lawson, the champion in 86 and for the first time in 1984, alternating it with Freddie Spencer in 1983 and 85. So Americans dominating in the last 4 years. And back in the late 70s, Kenny Roberts, the great King Kenny, winning 3 championships. A title no Australians ever won. 2 have been runners-up, Jack Ahern and Jack Findlay, and Kiwi Graham Crosby too. The great Crosby, who's never won a Grand Prix for all his talent and potential. Wayne Gardner won 3 in 1986. He's won 6 this year, tallied up 9 since he started winning in Spain in 86, round 1 of that year's championship. And power sliding there, showing the style, the mastery. It's made him so good in the last 2 years. Making such good use of the around 160 horsepower Honda V4. A bike that last year was built to the specifications really of Freddie Spencer, the man who took it to a championship win in 1985. But in 1986, Gardner found it such a handful that it's been modified, built to suit him. And he's made superb use of it. Now just 1 lap away from the championship win that he so much wants. Beautifully online, right in on the apex, the knee on the curbing. Clicks it back a gear. But really is forcing it so hard, not letting up the pressure at all in this second last race of the longest season ever in Grand Prix World Championship motorcycle racing. A season where he's poised to win his 7th Grand Prix, where he's poised to win the World Championship that he wants, that no Australian has ever had. And it'll be the 10th Grand Prix win of his career. And even now he lets himself acknowledge that he's headed surely for the championship. Still riding beautifully, getting all his apexes right, crisp in his gear changes. Wayne Gardner, just a few weeks short of his 28th birthday, headed to the finishing line, headed to be World 500 champion. And he is, as he finishes in front of Eddie Lawson, the man who lost it really in the beginning of the season. He comes home 2nd. Randy Mamola tried for all he could and comes home 3rd. And now for Wayne Gardner, it is real. He has won the championship and he knows it. He surely does. And so does his fiancée, Donna Forbes. And Randy Mamola in the runner-up position that he's known so many times before. and Eddie Lawson not there to acknowledge the new champion. Didier de Radiguez, Christian Saron, Kajiva for de Radiguez, Saron and Yatsushiro on Yamaha and Honda, bringing up the minor placings, and one race to go. Gardner unbeatable now, 22 points in front of Momola, a further 4 points back to Lawson, and Haslam and Mackenzie, both on Hondas, in 4th and